What's going on, RV goers and boondockers? This is Cam Hilliard from Miller's RV in Baton Rouge, and today I want to show you the Winnebago Ekko 23B. Yes, we've done a review on this before, but this is actually a big change on the Mercedes side that may seem small, but when you get into the details, you're gonna be just as wild as I was. Guys, if you clicked on this video, I'm sure that you enjoy or at least dream about boondocking, or if you're just getting into it and you're wondering what is boondocking, perfect. We've got that answer for you. Check out the video that we just released. We'll put it down in the comments below for you as well. But that is a great intro on how to boondock, what is boondocking, how to do it safely. So make sure to check that out. Follow me. So this is the 2026 Ekko. On the outside, first of all, it looks stunning. This is the full body paint job option that you can get on the Ekko. They had this in the previous year on the 23B. It's not available on the 22A, aka the Ford chassis yet. I do believe that is in the works though. So this looks similar to the, or it looks the same on the outside as the 25 for the most part, other than a couple things. So I'm not going to talk about the differences yet. I just want to talk about the Method wheels are beautiful, big hand-cooked tires. So they have these upgraded instead of the stock tires that will come with the Mercedes, or like the smaller tires that come with your Treco, you get the bigger tires already. Heavy duty step right here on both sides. You have the leash attachment too, so you can attach your dog to it, and so your dog doesn't run out whenever you guys are hanging underneath the awning. In this first compartment, you have, and guys, I want to mention too, this is all 2-inch thick sidewall on everything. On the walls, your compartment door, so everything is very thick. All these compartments are going to be heated and insulated as well. That's the inverter beeping at me for something. But your inverter location is right there as well. But good storage compartment. You do have an electric step here. On the door end, actually, I really like this for your door. You have a metal screen door. Now this, if you've seen any videos of the Ekko, excuse me, I'm talking to some of the novice folks that maybe haven't seen it. If you have, then you know this is standard on the Ekko, but it's fantastic to have the screen. You have the mesh on this side, but the actual metal on this side, so a dog's not gonna scratch through it. And even if you don't have pets, all in all, it's just a lot more durable. Moving further back, we're gonna have more storage here. And guys, it's hard to tell in the video, but again, this is for those folks who haven't seen the Ekko. Whenever you close it, you can feel the compartment doors pull closer. It's amazing, and it seems small, but what that does is close the gap and push out the air, so this is gonna stay even better insulated. This is made to boondock for days, weeks at a time in very harsh environments, whether it be really hot or really, really cold. You'll be able to do that just fine. So on the exterior here, you're gonna have two 120 plugs there, a 12-volt receptacle there. Then you're gonna have your cable output here if you want to put a TV. I imagine the person who buys this may not be huge into watching a whole lot of TV. So propane tanks here, they are removable propane tanks, which is great because if you are gonna stay off grid for those extended periods of time, you can bring some extra propane tanks and just throw them in, as opposed to a mounted tank where you have to go get it filled. You do have the Truma AquaGo system on here. This is just your access panel to it for whenever you do any maintenance or winterization. Below your propane tanks, you have your quick connect. So this is if you want to attach like a Blackstone or some sort of griddle here, or a propane appliance, you can just attach it directly to that and it goes straight to your propane. Now here's the first major difference on the 2026 Ekko. So on your Mercedes chassis that you've seen from Winnebago on the new Views, on the 2025 Ekkos, you have this big, bulky, it's painted, so it looks okay, but it's big and bulky blind spot assist. Whereas on this, it's a lot more low key, and it kind of just fits into the overall look of that, of the whole rig. So I actually love that. That is a huge upgrade for me, just as far as the pure curb appeal. Huge gear garage storage back here, so this does go all the way through. You do have your molly panels here where you can attach your gear to and not worry about it running away. You're gonna have all the track mounts here. So you have mounts on the top on either side and on the bottom on either side. So you can secure things down, whether it be mountain bikes, it can be toolboxes, ice chests, anything like that. Also, this passenger storage is gonna be powered on both sides. So So 120 and 12 volt on either side of this. Also, it's gonna be lit, so literally. So you have 2 lights on either side, and then I think I said it, but if not, it is heated as well, like all your other compartments. They're all heated, so whenever you're in very cold temperatures, you don't have to worry about your stuff getting too cold. So this is another access to the pass-through here. This will kind of give you a better look of it. So big opening here, guys. You also have multi-level. I don't think I said that, but you have one side that's lower and another, so it works great. I've got a customer, Mr. Well, I don't have to name him, but he does mountain biking and also does dirt biking as well, and he's got a big like gear garage, literally using it for a gear garage setup in here, and it works perfectly, especially with the multi-level. Also, I think we've done like 2 or 3 videos in the Ekko before. I've never actually folded this Batwing awning out for you guys, so I want to show you. It's very, very simple to do. After I do that, we'll jump on these 2 compartments. But the Batwing awning is one of the coolest features on this, and just pretty much doubles the exterior covered space that you have. So, I recommend the best way to undo these straps is from the bottom. We haven't put this out yet, so it's giving us all the goodies. Alrighty, so this just swings out nice and easy like this. And then you're gonna attach over here. You can pop this little arm up here to help the rain run off if it is raining. And then your leg just swings down. And you can actually, if you're in like dirt or something like that, it's got some stakes where you can stake it to the ground as well. But how sweet is this? That easy to put out. You've got tons of space. You can also tighten, like I can tighten this piece to make the whole thing tighter. I just didn't do that just for time's sake. But the Batwing awnings are awesome. It just occurred to me that I never actually showed you guys. So come check out these compartments as well. Again, more access. It is a full pass-through, so you can access it from both sides and the rear as well. And these are actually those mounts that I was telling you are the little clips that go in your mounts on the top and bottom. Past that, you're gonna have your wet bay, and actually, let me toss this inside real quick so the wind doesn't take it away. So you have your wet bay over here. Again, it's heated also. Every compartment is heated. It's all tucked up as well, so if you are doing some, serious off-roading, or even just minor off-roading, you don't want to worry about like ripping off a gray tank how you will in other Class C's or Class B's. With this, it's all tucked up underneath. You do have a control for the water pump out here, which I actually find really, really useful, because if you get outside and you want to spray off your bike or something, you don't have to go run inside to turn on the water if you forgot. You just hit it right here, and that's all you have to do. Very, very simple. Also, you're going to have fresh water drains there, fresh tank drains also, and then your winterization valve, as well as cable hookups there. You're going to have your plug in here. This is for shore power. Above that is if you want to add even more solar. Totally not necessary on something like this, but if you want to, you could. Further to the left, you're gonna have your Truma vent, so that's just for the furnace to get ventilation. Cassette toilet here. The cassette is something that for a lot of folks is very foreign because you haven't seen it before, but the overall operation is very, very simple. Holds about 5.5 gallons. Makes it where you can pretty much dump this thing anywhere. You don't have to find a big dump station. You can kind of make do, and if you're out for a while, it makes it where you're digging a hole and dumping it. It's just as simple as going into a gas station. Below that, we are going to have our generator here. So this is a 2500 ILP Onan generator. To the left of that, we will have our sump pump or bilge pump. And then going further left. So we do order ours with one battery. You could order this with the single big battery. Personally, I prefer to order it with the single battery because, or the smaller battery, because then you can get the generator and then add the second battery later down the road. This is a 320 amp hour battery from Lithionic. So if you have two, 640 amp hours. And that is enough to keep you rolling for quite some time. I mentioned the step goes on both sides. So still heavy duty step. Yeah, the overall look of this is just so sick. I love the full body paint Ekko, it's so sweet. Roof rack on top as well. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, unless you guys want to see the front of this grille. So the front, this has not changed for the 2026 chassis as far as the actual grille goes, but what has changed is this little camera here up front, which you're not going to be able to see in the video, but that is just added protection and makes the overall adaptive cruise and the kind of driving assist so much better and improved from what was there, and even the added stuff on what was on the previous Mercedes chassis. So let's check out the inside, and then we're gonna get into some of the features that come directly from Mercedes on this new chassis. All right guys, so we're inside the Mercedes now. This is the same engine and overall drivetrain as what you had in the previously upgraded 4-cylinder. So it's still a 2-liter, the 2-liter 4-cylinder, 9-speed automatic transmission, 5,000 pound tow capacity. And then on the Winnebago side, you still have 50 gallons of fresh water, 24.5 gallons of fuel for the Mercedes, continuous hot water heater, all that good stuff. So mainly what you are going to see will be on the technology side. So starting off, you have a lot faster display on the radio. So the screen itself is actually a little bit bigger, but also this is one where it's hard to do adjust on the camera, but this is so much faster than what it has been. So much more reactive. The navigation is instant, and it's even a more in-depth navigation system than what it was on the Mercedes previously. Also, the steering wheel is totally redesigned. So it may look similar, but it's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit more comfortable in the hands, and also it looks a little bit more sporty. Also, instead of having just those two little touch pads here that were kind of, I didn't mind them, but I don't know if they had problems with it or they just redesigned it just to redesign it. But now these are redesigned, the panel. Also, you can raise your volume just like that instead of like running on the dial like it did have. Adaptive cruise control is improved. You also have a heated steering wheel now, which is a nice plus. Doesn't really matter to me, but I know some of you folks like heated steering wheels. I guess it doesn't get super subarctic here, but for those of you who camp where it does, you'll be very comfortable. You still have the automatic headlights. The windshield wipers are not automatic. I don't know of a change. No change on that end. You still have the electric seats, heated seats, 3 different settings on the seats, obviously for driver 1, 2, and then the 3rd position is perfect for the ideal swivel. And then just the overall feel of this feels great. You do have a center digital display now, so that's all redesigned as well. And then I mentioned some of your lane keep assist, as well as the blind spot monitoring is so much better than what it has been in the previous years, and so much more useful that you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable driving a rig like this. You do have the digital rear view mirror. You've had that on the previous year model, but it's good to point out still. Yeah, so that's about it on this. It's new from the Mercedes side, other than, you know, more technical aspects, again, like some of the processing power on this. But just trust me when I say it's faster and much more powerful. So now let's jump into the Ekko side. We'll be in the back. So you're flipped around now so you can see the inside of the 23B. So from here on out, pretty much everything's gonna be the same. So I'm not gonna tell you the differences anymore. We just wanna talk about this product and how awesome it is. So with the 23B in the front, as opposed to what you have on the 22A, is going to be a much more customizable seating arrangement. So to your right, this bench pretty much stays the same for the seating, but to the left, you can do side facing. You can turn this bench and do front facing and use the table. You can lower the table and then put a base there and have that as an even bigger seating area. Or when nighttime rolls around, you can actually use this for seating. I'm sorry, you can use this for sleeping as well, which makes it really, really nice, because then you can sleep a 3rd there and a 4th with the Luna bed up front. And I'll pull the dinette out whenever we flip back around and show you some of the movements on that, but it's a really cool movable dinette. So above either of your seats, you're gonna have storage here too. And then if I scoot back with your refrigerator, so this is the Norcold 12-volt compressor driven fridge. I love this refrigerator, it performs very, very well. Then above that, you're gonna have your controls. So you will have your solar controller here. You're gonna have your digital controller that gives you your readouts on your tanks. It also gives you internal temperature in here. Gives you battery voltage. You can control the generator as well as the air condition. And then to the right of that, you will have your inverter from Xantrex. All right guys, so before we move on, I do want to say that is a 2000 watt Xantrex inverter. Also, you have 530 watts of solar, so that's kind of what I mentioned outside. You can add more if you want, but you've already got a ton of solar on top of this. So kitchen area is pretty basic. It gives you everything you need without taking up all the space that you don't want to lose. So convection microwave here. To the right of that, you're gonna have some pantry storage with adjustable levels, 2 of those. So you can make this exactly how you want it. You can take them out, you can keep them both in, totally up to you. Below that, you're gonna have your sink here, which you can double as a cutting board if you don't want to bring an additional cutting board. The sink is just one big sink. It is very deep though, so I like that. Also, the faucet does pull, so it makes rinsing dishes a lot easier as well. To the left, I'm gonna have storage, so we're gonna have induction cooktop here. As long as you have magnetic pans and such, you'll be just fine. Cookware rather. More storage here, and then actually you have a nice little countertop extension down at the bottom. So you would just put this here, and then there you go. Now you've got added countertop space to help you with prep. Oops. So underneath the sink, you have more storage. This will be nice for a mini trash can, and then maybe some cleaning supplies as well. You do have your water filter is located right there, so if you need to change the filter, that is where it's at. Your fuses are below there. Also, you're gonna have your, I believe that's just propane. Yeah, propane detector there as well. So I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can see what is worth the price of admission alone, and that is the wet bath that the Ekko uses. That is just absolutely revolutionary. I think it's the best thing on this RV, and it has been for the last few years. So this wet bath is, yeah, technically on paper a wet bath, but it's really not. You can use the shower without getting everything else wet. You can use the toilet without sitting in your shower, so it's actually really a plus. You do have the window that opens out as well with a day shade and a night shade. You also have plugs in here, so if you want to use a hair dryer or something like that, you'll be just fine. The one thing personally that I would add, I like having a vent for the air conditioning in the bathroom, of course, but I would love some way to have a fan in here. Now I get it, you've got the roof rack and you've got the solar, so it'd make it really difficult to do. But if there was any way that Winnebago could find a way to do it, I would love to have just a small 12-volt fan here to help vent everything out after the shower. All right guys, so in the bedroom area now, this is where the magic happens. So you've got the 2 twin beds here. They'll make into, give or take, a king bed. So you're gonna add this platform in the middle, and then you're gonna have a big bed. This has the Frawley system for the springs. So the bed itself is very reactive and very comfortable, and also the memory foam does a ton too. This has gotta be, I don't know, 7 to 8 inches thick. Also, with the storage that's back here, not only is it good storage for water bottles or just items that you want to keep close to your bed, it's also perfect if you have a CPAP or a machine like that, because you have the plug in here, you can run the hose through there and rest it on the top as well. Now, these lights are great. You have a night light, or you have a reading light here, or just like a little blue light there for, if you have to get up in the middle of the night and don't want to hit your head. It's very, very useful. You do have windows on either side that you can open up for a great cross breeze. As I mentioned, all your windows have the night shade here, and they also have the day shade / bug screen this way. And of course, they're all dual pane acrylic as well, which is going to help keep this thing very well insulated, especially in the hot weather. It makes a massive difference. Now underneath, you're going to have some storage. You're going to have a drawer on either side, as well as some closet hanging storage that really just makes this whole area more versatile and much more user-friendly. So the table's stored here. It's got a clip too. I unclipped it already, but nice and secure, and doesn't take up much room at all. All right guys, so we're at the front now with the table. I still have the protective coating over it, just so I don't get it scratched up. When you take it off, it looks a lot cleaner. But this table is super customizable. Excuse the squeak, it probably needs to be oiled a little bit. But you can move it all around, push it. I've got the, there you go. So you can kind of see, you can shift this thing all around, which makes it really comfortable. Also, I have moved this bench, so now it's side facing. You could also, as I mentioned earlier, use this back cushion, use this cushion here and have it as forward facing, and then fold this table up, put this table back into storage, and you're ready to rock. And then whenever you want to make it into a bed, you drop this down, and you have the whole sleeping area here, which I'll show you guys in just a second. All right, guys, so I've got everything put back to traveling position now. Have the front facing seat. If you hadn't seen that, I think I had it side facing earlier, but front facing seat now. If you want to extend this, and also makes it easier to get in, there you go. And you have much more space to work now or to eat some snacks. And then you've got your seat there. I didn't mention, but this does have a soundbar on the TV, so it's the entertainment package option. We've got that on it as well. But yeah, this is a 2026 Ekko. I think the Mercedes features that they've changed are, if you have a 2025 Ekko 23B, may not be a reason to go in and change just because of these Mercedes issues, or Mercedes changes. But I do think there's some big upgrades that will make the overall experience nice. So if you have the one that's of last year's model, I don't think you're gonna be super angry, but if you're getting one and you have a chance to get a 25 or a 26, I think you'll be really happy if you get the 26. Yeah, I absolutely love this Ekko. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, guys, so we appreciate you sticking around, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. And as always, enjoy the journey.